Hello, in this video I'm going to take a bit of a closer look at the Minecraft hanger toys and also have a look at some of the other toys that Minecraft have done and just basically have Daddy's 5 cents on what I'm seeing going on. I hope you enjoy this video. Well, okay, here's the Minecraft hangers. It's a blind bag toy and it's one that you actually can't finger fill, and I'll show you that in a second why. They cost $8 where I lived. I did look online and I've seen them for as high as $15, and that's a rip-off for what they are. My daughter was very excited when she saw these. I found them at Target, and I tended to buy, well, I bought what was left in the box. I actually found another box that we'll do another video with. But I've got one here that I've slipped open, and why you can't finger feel them is there's a piece of cardboard that actually wraps around the toy. But there's another way you can work out what's inside. What? That's a zombie pig, I believe. I hope I'm right. It actually looks pretty cool. And I'll just quickly show you how I would sort this out, considering the fact that you can't finger fill them. Let me show you my method. Well, the way I'd approach this is I'd buy a very small set of fine, accurate scales. They're not that expensive to purchase. I use these to determine minifigure weights once. That zombie pig is, what, 23.88. I'm speaking grams here. If I grab another hanger and put it on there, what have I got there? 26. So that's a couple of grams heavier, so it's possibly another figure. We'll look at that one next. And I'll throw another one up here. See how quick and simple this is? We've got 13 grams, so it's much lighter, so it's probably a little sword or something. Let's take a look. So here's a bag. The first bag I weighed was 23.88 grams. I know what's in there. I know it's a zombie pig. So I suppose if I go weighing more bags, I might be able to find more zombie pigs if you want them. The next bag was a heavier bag, 26.95. That's nearly 27 grams. For those who don't know metric, you're probably a little bit confused. I'm sorry, but I've got to just try and do this fast. And what is it? It's a sheep. So that's slightly heavier than a zombie pig. And there's a little light one here, which is 13.72 grams. And I'm assuming this is a little weapon of something. Probably, maybe things you may want to steer clear of in this series. Yes, it's a little sword. Maybe that's a way to help you understand, how to tell one from the other, considering you've got this cardboard against you, which is going to stop you from finger feeling. Mind you, when you pick up that bag of the sheep in it, it's actually much heavier. You can just actually feel the difference by picking them up. That's a very light bag. But it's going to be difficult to, let's say, tell a zombie pig versus whatever that thing, a zombie pig versus, let's say, a Steve zombie. Am I saying it right? I know you'll crucify me if I'm wrong. They're probably going to be very similar weights, but at least you'll be able to, well, I don't know. I'll give up anyway. Well, recently my children unboxed. There's actually 11 of these hangers. I said there was 10 in the video. No one seemed to pick up. There was actually 11. What does it tell me? They're very excited, but I said to the man at Target, hey, I'd really like to have a full box. Sorry about that cow. But a full box turned up, and the problem was it was already opened. There's 20 in there. I don't know whether this box originally consisted of 20. If you look in the top here, it actually looks pretty full. Because I'm very curious to do a whole box breakdown. I love doing whole box breakdowns. To do that with LEGO minifigures, and I've always found that with LEGO minifigures the best way to do it is via the whole box. But with these critters here, it's a little bit different. There's not that many in the series, and there's this chase figure thing going on, which reads here, odds of finding a chase figure 1 in 48 packs. I don't understand what a chase figure is. Maybe you guys know. My daughter couldn't work that one out either, and she's meant to be the expert. Let me just show you a LEGO minifigure box and explain to you why I like buying whole boxes of LEGO minifigures. We'll find out the contents of this box. Well, I'll let my children open that one in another video, I think. Well, on the table I have got 3 full boxes of LEGO minifigures from Series 10, Series 11 and Series 12, which is the LEGO movie series. A bit of a story about that one, we'll get to that very shortly. The way I say with these LEGO minifigures, just go and buy the whole case, if you can get a whole case. My Series 10 did have a Mr. Gold in it. I was very lucky. It was a strange case because it had an X marked on the back. It was documented in the video way back now. What I like to say is if you buy a whole case, you'll get at least 2 full series out of it. And I've just plucked some of the figures out of there. I've got 4 of those sad clowns. And they're the other minifigures that I they're all good in a sense. But sadly, I'm finding it hard to get the full case. I think my daughter's actually made up all those. I haven't done a breakdown of those. I'm really reluctant to do LEGO videos these days, and I don't want to go into the reasons why again. People who know me long enough will understand why. I don't think I've made these ones up. Now the story with this box here was, Initially, I couldn't secure a box from the department stores where I go to. They said, we no longer ship or supply you whole boxes, which I thought, this is a bit weird. And then the other thing, which is very interesting, is Lego have finally changed this barcode on the back here. This no longer chimes out at well, they're $5 in Australia per minifigure. That just comes up as a blank now. When you barcode that in the store, or if you try to go through the checkouts with that, it doesn't work. So the scammers who are putting whole boxes through and only getting charged for one minifigure, well, that scam is over. But there's another scam going on. And what it is, I think it's more related back to the fact they wouldn't sell me a whole box. What people are doing is they are basically getting a carton, they're going back into the store and they are jamming more minifigures in here. There's actually room, you can actually jam in quite a few more if you start to stack them up. And then they close this up and they run at the checkouts and they say, I've got 60 minifigures. And they're counting on the fact that someone's not going to go in there and actually count them. When I purchased this box here, it had to be opened up. Each of them had to be scanned individually. It was absolutely crazy what went on. So that's a little scam going on with Lego minifigures. It's always interesting with criminals, people who do the wrong thing. There's always going to be another way to buck the system. And that's just a little lesson in life. But it took a long time for Lego to work out that that barcode on the back of the boxes here was a massive leak for them, with a lot of people going through the self-serve registries and basically, taking off a whole box for the cost of one minifigure. Well, I've lined up what I call popular toys, and I'm a bit curious of the Minecraft hanger there, which is on screen, versus some of these other toys. Let's go through the prices. Well, Hot Wheels cars, where I live, I suppose they're classified as cheap toys. You can get them for $2.50. I suppose if you're really lucky, you can get them for $1.60, and if you're really unlucky, you'll be paying up $3 or more. Sure, there are people overseas who get them for 98 cents, but that is not what happens where I live. For $4, you can pick up these deadly 60, well, I call them mini characters, minifigures. I suppose they're quite cool. I've actually bought a whole ton of these. If I ever get around to making a video about it, I will. I like it for the fact you can mix and match these animals up. But for $4, it's not too bad. For $1 more, and that's $5 in Australia, you can pick up a Lego minifigure. Bring your money with you. There's 16 to collect in a series. If you buy a whole box, you're chunking out $300. For $8, we can come in and buy our Minecraft hanger, and that's in Target Australia. I looked online, the prices are wildly higher than that. It's very popular toys, so prices are going to be ballistic in some places. But for a while here in Australia, Mattel were trying on a Shane Warne Hot Wheels car for $8. In the end, no one bought it. That was the story I brought up in another video. For $10, you can pick up this beautiful die-cast Lightning McQueen. How glorious is that? You can pick up some beautiful Take and Play Thomas and Friends characters. And here's an Angry Birds hanger, which was around, well, $10, $9.95. And that is a licensed one. You know why? I checked, because you look on the back here, it's got the tags and it's made by Moose Toys. If we jump up from $10 to $18, we start to get into the Jazwares Minecraft figures. $18 for this, it's starting to look a bit expensive. Let's take a look at this versus the hanger. So there's my $18 worth of Minecraft goodness, and here comes a hanger, which is $8. $8 versus $18. But not all the hangers look like this. You may end up getting something like that. You're thinking, $8 for a sword? Sort of makes that look like a good deal. But then again, you might get something like this. $8 for a cow. And the cow's pretty cool. It's interesting. They seem like a good price, the hangers. But let's take a closer look. Well, let's take a look at a cow and think of it as a hanger toy. And I suppose you're going to go and clip it onto your school bag or somewhere. And you're thinking, well, you want something which is fairly robust, where it's going to get a lot of pull there and it won't fall apart. But the problem with this toy is that the components or the parts of it actually come off fairly easily. So I don't think it's the sort of toy that you really want hanging on your bag, because it's only going to take a little bit of brushing of it onto other things, and it's going to literally start falling apart. And then you look at the design of the zombie here. Once again, well, there's the hanger component there. It's hanging on your bag. Oops, I've just lost my body, and all you'd end up with is the head, which is sort of cool in a way. But I'm saying that in comparison to other hangers that I've got hanging around the house, no pun intended, and I mean these guys just don't fall apart. That's an old Mr. Potato Head that I've got. I actually collect Mr. Potato Heads, but you have not seen that collection yet. One day you will. And of course, here's the one you saw earlier in the video, this $10 job Angry Birds one, and I mean that would be on your school bag and it's never going to come off. I think the one which has kept falling apart on my daughter when she's playing with these in the house is the bone, like the bone bits kept falling off this, which is sort of cool. But there's another, well, I call it poor design choice in this toy, and we'll look at that next. And it really relates to the way the components, well, don't mix and match, which is really a shame. Now, when my daughter first played with these toys, the first thing she started to try to do was mix and match some of the components. That's the way children play. Let me just move the creeper out of here for a second, and let's just concentrate on these two guys. I'll come back to the creeper in a second. That's the skeleton and the zombie. Let's just see how many components we can swap across. Let's pull the heads off, do the head swap. Okay, let's get the head on there. It's on there. It feels like it's a slightly loose fit. You can see how loose it is there. I mean, it's never going to be a hanger. But then again, we are putting the wrong head on. The head will squeeze on here, I believe. I have fiddled with this. It's a bit of a tighter fit. Looser on the other. Okay, we've got the heads across. Let's try the arms. Let's pull the arm off the zombie. Let's see if we can give this skeleton a zombie arm. Can we slide it on there? No. It's loose. You can see that it's there. It's loose. It just comes straight off. Okay, well, obviously, that is not going to go onto... We can't put the arm on there. Let's try a leg. Can we get a leg to go across? Can we give this zombie a bony leg? Let's take the leg off this zombie here. Well, skeleton here, so I'm getting confused already. Yes, it does fit. So we've got a bit of partial. I suppose it's a head's a loose fit there. We can't put an arm on, and it would be the same on this other side here. I can't get this. Yeah, it's totally different sizes. You can see that there. Totally different design. I don't know why the core of these toys isn't the same or based around the same design. Now let's think about the creeper. Now, one of the first things my daughter tried to do, she said, wouldn't it be cool if we gave the creeper head and put it across to the zombie? Let's take off that skeleton head. Wouldn't it be cool? Well, it'd be cool if you could put it on. That's the problem. So the pegs are different. And vice versa. If I go to try and put the zombie head, it's getting a big mess here, isn't it? The zombie head onto the creeper body, it's just loose. You can see it rattling there. Look at that. Boop. That's really, really sad, and it would be so simple to design these toys that you could do a bit of mix and matching, and then there'd be a whole bunch more playability. And the same goes with the animals. The animals tended not to mix and match. I think it was the heads I first played with. Let's try and put the pig head onto the cow, and it's going to be a totally different system. There are totally different sizes. And let's talk about the size of some of these little tiny things here, because I found there are problems with those. I mean, that's looking like a Minecraft slaughterhouse. And now for the really disappointing part of these toys. Whammo! Those little pegs and all so easily break. It's made, well, they're too small and it's made with the wrong material. They're just cheap toys, and I've paid $8 for these. Now, remember I showed you the other toys in this video? Look how small that peg is there. I showed you some other toys, and I always said, you know, Lego minifigures are fairly expensive at $5. Well, they're actually a very good bargain compared to this $8 hanger, which really, you know, struggles to impress me. Once I saw all the lack of connectability, the lack of, you know, strength in the material. I mean, you look at these guys, and as you know, you can swap all the components out, and you can make all sorts of custom guys from the little critters that you've got in the series. Not that they've been swapped across, but they all interchange. And what I've done with the Deadly 60 critters is, there's a lingering seagull there, away you go. Look at that. I've mashed together a whole bunch of critters there, and I've got a more strange one, like a hippo backside with a alligator front side. You know, that's what it's all about. That's what's called having fun with toys. That's what good toys are all about. And even I can take the tail off that goose there. I've got another critter here. I'm going to put the tail on that one across to there. I mean, look at that. That's even stranger again. That's what you call playability. That's what you call well-designed toys. Not this here, which, you know, it would have been so simple if someone had just put a little bit more time into putting these together and making them work as a unit, and just making the, you know, the parts where they join together even better. And I even tried to swap a leg here of that pig. Let me drag over a cow. Let's see if they can swap a leg across. Will I be able to do it? I don't think so. No, it will not go on. That's, you know, that's a poor show. But maybe I'm being a bit harsher. You tell me. If these toys could all connect together, it would be a whole ton more fun. And that goes on there because it's smaller. You can see it's a loose fit. It's a loose fit. It'll just fall out. It's a shame that these it looks really weird now, doesn't it? But it just comes straight out. It's a shame those toys just didn't have that little bit more thought put into them, and then maybe they'd be worth $8. Well, okay, there's a Minecraft hanger. It's made by Jinx. I've pointed out some of the things that I don't like about it. Let's just compare it to this zombie here, which is a Jazwares one. It's, well, like I said, they're $18 to buy. You get a few other little bits and bobs with it. So there's $8, the one I'm shaking. That's $18. Let's take a look at this Jazwares one. We'll come back to this one in a second. This has had a lot of play. I'll have to admit, it's got a problem though. The head is broken. Then again, it's Jazwares. I mean, look, they've had a lot of play. I'll be fair here. The Jazwares Minecraft stuff seems to be fairly good. Nearly lost that part there, but I've got the headpiece. So it's actually quite a tight fit. So I think what's happened here, because this is so tight, in my daughter's, you know, crazed way she plays, she's gone and pulled it off, and of course the head's gone flying off and departed from its bottom piece. You know, I'm so used to gluing together Jazwares toys that it's probably not going to be a problem to fix that. But one thing about this is look how large the peg is, which holds that head on. It's really large. That's what, you know, good toy design's all about. And we go across and bring back our old friend here, the Minecraft hanger. Look how small the head peg on that one is. And that's really one of the big problems with these cheaper versions, and it's sort of interesting. It's a big price difference between those two. I should put the heads back on because it's starting to freak me out. Don't like looking at things about heads. You know, people say to me, wow, Leo, which one is a better one to go for? You know, my daughter liked the Jazwares ones because of the look. She said that in the video, and I think she's correct there. It's got more detail. This is a more basic look, but it's a lot cheaper, but it comes with the problems that the design just doesn't do it for me. You know, how much play is this going to have before all the peg... Oh, his head's just fallen off there. All the pegs start falling apart. That's the big question. Well, this is the Jazwares sort of a mashup I've done here. It's Steve's arm here, Steve's body. It's got a zombie head, a zombie arm, and this leg is from a zombie. So I'm just showing you what can mix and match here. And of course, I already established that this head is broken. That's not a problem because I can probably glue that together quite easily. But what's sort of sad, this also suffers from the problem that you can't really mix and match. If I bring over this creepy creeper and try and put the head on that one, it's too big. It's a different size. And you think, what's going on here? Is it like these are designed that you just can't, you know, have a bit of mix and match play? And if I bring over an Enderman's head, it even gets worse. Let's get rid of the creeper head. The Enderman's head is pegged reverse. So that means if I go and get the Enderman's body, which is a headless scary thing, I can't go and put a creeper's head on that. And this is the sort of thing that children like to do. I can't do it, so even I'm getting a bit cheesed off. And vice versa, if I get a creeper's body here and reach over and get an Enderman's head, there's not a chance it's going to go on. It's just so sad. It'd be so simple to get a bit of playability going on and get these toys doing a whole lot more fun things. I just look on the back of the packet exactly who makes these toys. They're designed by Jinx, but made by Just Toys International. Do you know who Just Toys is? So there's the people who do Minecraft. These are people who designed it, Jinx, and these are the people who made these toys. I don't know about these people at all. Let me get on to the final point of this video. You know, it was only a few videos ago I was talking about Dicky Toys. Why did I like Dicky Toys? Because they're inexpensive, they were well made, they are highly detailed, and most of all, they are strong. Even the Minecraft starts falling over in awe of the strength of that toy. That's a good toy. It's cheap, it's got detail, it's strong. What else do you want? And I know that because my children have hammered those toys. The Minecraft stuff is very hit and miss. Let's just go through them. I'm actually going to give the thumbs up to the Jazwares stuff, even though I've had a head breakaway there. These have had a lot of play. I've had lots of problems with Jazwares toys in the past, particularly the Sonic figures. I think the funny thing about gaming toys is they're the ones which seem to come down to the workshop and get super gluing all the time. There's something about gaming toys and them getting fixed. I think there'll be other people who can relate to that. The vinyls, I'm giving these a thumbs up. These are actually very good toys. These have had a lot of play and they look good. The head on this one's now a lot looser than what it was when we first had it. You know, the little weapons in there fit nicely. They're expensive, that's the thing against these ones, but they are great eye candy in your room. And they're, you know, they're a little bit stylized and all. I like them. $38 for the Diamond Edition Steve, that one there. The Creeper was 34. For some reason the creeper was cheaper. I don't know why. Okay, these guys here, the Minecraft hangers. I'm sadly giving these a thumbs down. The reason is because if you go back and watch this video, I think I've set a case as to why these, well, I suppose they're on the bottom end, or bottom rung of Minecraft toys. It's sad. It's sad that Minecraft don't pay a little bit more attention to their toys. On the probably the lowest scale of, if you want to go in really cheap, you can get the cardboard cutout ones, the papercraft Minecraft stuff. This is the legit stuff. You know, I suppose it's as good as you make it, in a sense. It's only cardboard. There wouldn't be much play in those. I don't know, but it's funny, you know, Minecraft, well, some companies get remembered for, well, how good are their toys, and there are some, you know, franchises which have amazing toys, but there's actually one really good thing that we came across, and it's these Minecraft books. Let's take a very quick look at those. Well, the first book is the Beginners Handbook. This is great if you know nothing about Minecraft. I actually enjoyed looking through this myself. Purchased this through the book club at my daughter's school. What's interesting is it's printed in Italy. It's not printed in China. Hooray! And you go through, I can't show you too much of this book, but it's great details if you want to get the basics of Minecraft into your head. And I'd much prefer to read this than to try and scour through, you know, Minecraft wiki pages of, well, all sorts of weirdness. But I enjoyed this. My daughter loves this book, and it's a fantastic thing, and it's just well presented. And I was really pleased to see this sort of quality coming through on the Minecraft stuff. Let's take a look at another book. Oh, this one's more if you're right into Minecraft and you know a bit more about it. This is the Redstone Handbook and understanding what Redstone's all about. Let me just skip into here. You know, it talks about how to make stuff. And I didn't know much about Redstone until I started reading this book. And it goes through, what else has it got? Lighting systems. It actually goes through and it talks about how to design stuff. You know, toggling stuff, things that move. It's a fantastic book to have. Look, you know, I was very, very impressed with these books. Not impressed with those Minecraft hangers, but the books did it for me. I can't show you too much of this book because of copyright. And the next book, which is actually quite large, it's the Minecraft Annual 2014. This is really nice, and you look at the, you know, you look at this, it's just, ooh, very spooky. I like stuff like this. And it's interesting when you start to see things like this. It's sort of like saying, well, Minecraft is going to be around for, you know, quite some time. They're quite serious about what they're doing. And once again, this is really nice. I think my daughter got some interesting ideas for designs in this book. Yeah, there's all sorts of, there's activities to do. You know, it's a sort of perfect, you know, rainy day sort of stuff. She hasn't got into it yet by the looks of it, which is good, and showing you something nice and clean. A few more pages I'll show you. Look, it's just all good stuff, but the books, well, they very much impressed me, and I felt they were a good purchase. It's always good to try and get your children into books, especially boys. As I was when I was younger, I hated reading books, but I tell you what, this sort of book turned me on. Well, there was my thoughts on the Minecraft hangers. Was I a bit cruel? What do you think? Have you got those as well? If you're getting into the Minecraft hangers, you're going to have to get into that as well, and that's super glue, and it's sad to say. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some insight into the Minecraft toy arena, or the ones that I've got. And you know what I'm going to say next. As always, thanks for watching, and happy mining. 10 of these in a recent video, and, you know, her and, we actually got 11. I said there were 10. We got 11 of these from Target. But I said to the man, I said, well, you know, I'd love to be and I wish more YouTubers would do complete box breakdowns. I used to enjoy watching the few people that did those. I think my daughter's made up all the little critters in this one. If I can get it open, which I can't. For $8 you can pick up one of these Minecraft hangers. And for a while there, Hot Wheels, take 2. But for a while there, Mattel were trying it on with a Hot Wheels vehicle here, the Shane Warne one. A Hot Wheels car for $8, no thank you. It's a blind bag toy. There are 10 to collect in a series. You pick yourself up a lovely die-cast Lightning McQueen. You can pick yourself up, and if I get off this thing, because it's all over the shop. But let's call it 18. We'll put it as well. If you're getting into those, you'll be getting into that, and that's super glue. They're almost. I'll get into opening the rest of that box in another video with the children. If you're going to get into the Minecraft hangers, I forgot what to say. You know, the Minecraft toys, very interesting indeed. I hope you learned something from this video. And I've forgotten what to say.